I'll be right back out.
All right, no problem, man. Hey, guys, what's going on? We are live. This is Caliber Corner episode number 75. Good morning, everybody. How we doing? So first of all, my apologies go out to the gun snob. I had mentioned last night I was going to try not to cork anybody with this episode. It looked like we had a time slot open, but I might have been wrong. But anyway, man, we're playing this on like 3 channels right now. Okay, so anyway, guys, episode number 75. Again, these are viewer requested topics. We're going to talk about whether or not to clean magazines, magazine maintenance. Gary, this one is actually from you, if I'm not mistaken. This was one that you posted in our 13,000 subscriber, 12,000 subscriber request video. So I believe this is one you wanted to talk about a while ago. You posted it.
Awesome.
Yeah, and then also we'll talk about whether or not, should you sporterize or restore milsurps, yes or no. Restorations in general, at what point do you want to touch the gun, what point do you not? And then I'll just give a little recap of the deer hunt that I did with Sandhill Shooter and his family over the weekend, or I don't know, what day is it? Yeah, yesterday?
Saturday.
Today's Saturday.
October, I have no idea when it is. So let's go and quickly let the panel introduce themselves, and we'll do a little attendance to see who's joining us. We got a feisty crowd out in the chat right now. So David Bowling, we'll start off with you. So David, what's new in your world, brother? How you doing, man?
Doing good. Thanks for the invite. I always appreciate a good conversation, and I'm just happy to be here, man. Thanks.
All right, I'm loving that new thumbnail that you got there, that new little icon you got going on. That's a change from what you had before.
Yeah, Vandalistic a Vlog sent that to me, and I was kind of waiting for a Caliber Corner to go ahead and describe it. I don't know how well people can see it. I need to resize it, but it's got my name across the top and then my last name across the bottom. And that's a variation of the Ruger logo with a bunch of flames behind it burning through the Constitution, or the Declaration of Independence, rather.
So it's more of a metaphor of your discovery of freedom, like the phoenix rising from the ashes. You are discovering the power of the firearm, the importance of the firearm. Am I correct?
That's how you could definitely interpret it. I guess we'd have to ask Vandal, because he's the one that made it. So
he's an inspiring person. So what do you do?
Yeah,
oh, Foos is cursing over in the internal here. Foos, you got audio, Foos? Or no? We heard him a couple seconds ago. He laughed and then he went silent. Nobody's muting him. So Foos, you get back with your audio when you can. You there? No? Okay, so let's move on over to Gizzard Gary. Foos will come back to you in a minute. Gizzard Gary, what's new in your world, brother?
Hey, not a whole lot. We debuted the Foul Territory weekly show last night. Had good amount of viewers at a great panel and good discussion, or easy for me to say. So other than that, not too much, just normal weekend. And thanks for the invite.
Gary, I want to apologize. I had every intention, Sandhills and I did, of being on there, but it was a pretty exhausting day yesterday. I kept falling asleep, and it wasn't even for your show. I was out several times in the evening, and I just kind of missed it. But what's your usual time for the show going to be? Because in the future, I can definitely make it.
8 o'clock Central on Friday.
Oh, nice. Whew, man, you're going after network TV, aren't you? Right on, brother. All right, man. Nice Strike, what's new in your world, man? How you doing?
What's new? GunTube's online and running. That's new. It's running. I pretty much nailed down that we're doing the Friday night strike every Friday at 6 Eastern.
Cool.
So that's 5 Central for all you centrally people. But,
anything else going on, man?
Well, there's always hit or miss due to 9 o'clock.
There we go.
And cover your ears. Shut up, be infringed.
There you go. That's 8 p.m. Central Time for those of you that live in the civilized world, right?
No. It's not 9 Eastern.
Okay, fine. 9 Eastern. We'll let those people feel special. All right, man. So thank you for joining us this evening. I do appreciate it. Sandhills, good morning. How you doing? Sandhill Shooter, are you with us, brother? How you doing, man? Oh, he did have to take off for a second. He said he was going to grab something and come back. Snowy North Gunslinger. What's up, bro? I haven't seen you for a while, man.
Yeah, how's it going? I appreciate the invite. It's always good to be on, and I'm definitely looking forward to getting back into doing this. So I actually started a new job, got promoted, so my schedule got changed. So now instead of working Monday through Friday, I'm working Sunday through Thursday.
Oh.
So just all kinds of weird stuff. So I have to go through and readjust my schedule again. So bear with me, and I'll have it all fixed this week.
well, you know, having that Friday and Saturday, that's going to give you a lot of time to join in the panels and shows and get out and enjoy your weekend and stuff a little bit. So that's a good thing.
And he had to dig himself out of all that snow.
In my area, I've gotten 3 inches of snow all year, I think. It's been a horrible year for snow. Christmas was completely no snow, and New Year's Day we had 1 inch on the ground. Other than that, pretty much nothing.
You need to change your name to Balmy North Gunslinger, I think, instead of Snowy North, you know?
Yeah, I know. It's been a depressing year.
Indian Summer North Gunslinger. All right, man. Cool. All right, man. Well, thanks for being with us.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, Squib in the house. Squib, you're rocking a new thumbnail. What happened to Clint Eastwood? What's the deal?
Oh, Clint's not gone. Clint's not gone.
This is you're a flaming ball? What is that?
That is the symbol for Naval Aviation Ordnance. Because if you ain't ordnance, you ain't shit.
There you go. There you go. Yes.
But no, Clint Eastwood is not gone. Not by a long shot.
All right. Well, man, I appreciate it. So, Squib, what's new in your world? How you doing, man? You doing good?
Yeah, we're doing good over here. Been tinkering around, working on some videos. I need to try to put some more time into editing some of these. Some of this footage I shot last year and didn't do anything with. Editing takes forever. But
no,
yeah.
It doesn't.
Well, you know, for a pro like you, but yeah. Just tinkering around with some videos, and probably in the next couple of weeks I'd like to get out to the range. In the meantime, I still plan to go out to Pittsburgh on Monday, so we'll see how that goes.
Okay. So you're a busy man.
Yeah. I'm always. I can't sit still. Yeah.
All right. Well, Tony's not with us. This isn't the usual time, but I did send Tony a link, and Tony's usually with us. Tony works usually with us in the mornings. He comes in from gun channels and stuff, so he might join us this evening. I don't know, but I did send him a link. But Uncle Ellis, how you doing, man? What's going on? Ellis Outlaw Hatfield is with us this evening. What do you know, man?
Not a whole lot. I got to leave for work in about 6 minutes.
Work? What is with you people working? This is crazy. Who goes to work at 8 o'clock at night? Man.
Oh, night. Damn, that's right.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. It's not morning, is it?
Crap. What happened?
Yeah. I don't know. See, it's 12 hours opposite when we usually go live. So yeah.
Yeah. This is weird.
It does not feel right. I'm alarmingly awake, which I don't understand. So, anywho. Yeah, no. Well, we had a hunting trip this weekend, so it was a pretty busy morning and a lot of stuff going on. So we'll talk about it when we get there. Yeah.
The Travi Hunt.
The Travi Hunt was on. So Ellis, tell us about the channel, man. What's new? What's going on? When are you live? When can we find you?
Monday nights at 11. Now, right now, that's it. That's all
so
I'm doing for right now.
That's 11 o'clock Central Time, 12 o'clock your time, or what?
No, that's 11 o'clock. The only time zone that matters.
Dude, it's Central. Everything rotates around us in the middle. No, right? All the great empires have had everything expanded out from the center. All right, I don't know why we have to keep arguing this. So for what time is it? For 11 o'clock Eastern?
Yes. Right. That would be 10 o'clock for you people.
Central.
It doesn't matter which time you guys choose. He's still corking the lock and load show. So.
Me right now or Ellis?
No, Ellis.
Yeah. Hey. Well, you know, we try to make sure we give everybody their space and stuff, and it just happens. I mean, luckily you can go back and watch stuff afterwards if you want, and you know.
Yeah, and actually, I like it where there's multiple shows on. That way, if you don't like one, you can jump over to the other. So keep on a corking.
Oh, man.
Is it really quarking lock and load? Because there's only so much divorce, karambits, and bitcoins you can talk about.
You talk about other stuff.
Hey, we got battleships, man. Do you got battleships?
Yeah,
you got battleships now? Oh my God! Now I'm sold.
All right, so real quick, we got to take it back to Foos. Foos, you got audio, man? There we go. We got it.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up? All right, man, how you doing?
We can't hear you, unfortunately.
Oh, we did.
Oh man, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, if you want us to.
Are you absolutely sure?
Yes, we're good. We're good. You're good.
Unless you don't want us to.
I don't know. Maybe.
Okay, so Foos, what is new for you, man? How you doing?
What is new for me? Well, I can't hear you now, so hold on.
That's a loaded question.
All right.
Yeah, I know. Okay, now I can hear you.
All right. So, Foos, what's new, man? What's going on?
Not. Sorry, I got new headphones, and I evidently the IT guy in me went on vacation. Can't figure this shit out. But anyway, yeah, it's just things are going good. Business is going. My first delivery got picked up yesterday, so that's cool. Had a match today, so posted that up on my YouTube channel. Took the first and second production. We could shoot through twice, so
nice.
It was good. Just shooting shit and making ammo.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Foos is our local ammo baron. So, what is it that you have to offer people if they're interested?
So right now, 125 grain 9mm. That's it right now. My next order, I am going to pick up some 147s and start developing a load for that for my next offering, and we'll see where we go from there.
All right, cool. And I need to place my order with you probably this evening, if that's cool. Are you going to be around?
I am going to be around, and I could possibly get that out on Monday.
Ooh, there we go. I'm interested. I'm anxious to try some of the ammo, and I know I won't be the first person to order from you, but I'm excited.
No. But Boot Sweat already popped that cherry.
Yep. That's all right. It's all good. All right, so real quick, let's just do a roll call and see who's with us over here on the gun channel side real quick. We've got a little bit of a crowd over there going on. So Sean Pottery is there. Sean, how did you not know that I was doing the show at a different time? I think I did everything short of the Goodyear blimp and announcing the time change. So anyway, Sean, I apologize if you got up early this morning expecting us to be on. So Enrique is with us. David is with us. Sean Pottery is with us. General Relativity is out there also. Dead Horse is with us. Gizzard Gary's out there. Yesterday's Pomade. Rich White's out there in the gun channel side. So I think I need to do the show later, man. That's when the gun gun channel's crowd is with us. So that's a good thing.
Well, of course. I mean, you have to think. You do chats until like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and everyone's trashed on Friday night.
This is true.
No one's going to get up at 8 o'clock unless you're old and sober, or too young and really aren't supposed to drink.
Yep. This is not a good thing. Now on the YouTube side, we got tacos and French fries with us. David Bowling is there, and here Calaveras 32 Special with us. Sarge C4 Defense out there. Sarge, I don't know if I sent you a link. If you want to join us, you can. The Hooligans out there also. William Eduardovich is with us. FJ Amato in the house. William Trader's with us. Ooh, Bud is with us. Guitar Man Pete. Michael Willis is out there. Local 223. Frank Hellman. Yesterday's Pomade. Flying Ninja Monkeys is chilling with us. Scott P79. And who else we got? Midnight Range is with us. MRTM. Travis out there. Blue Steel 44. The Hooligan. Samson 1 is with us. Poor Conservative is out there. Is that everybody? Georgia Trucka. Riley Clote is with us. Andrew Peterman. The Pope Joy. Kewer is with us also. Hopefully I didn't screw that one up. Jumpy's out there. Andrew Peterman. Gun Snob is out there. Cadillac Jack is with us. Ozzy Orsborn. DTEM 62. And I think that's it. So real quick, Gun Snob, I believe you're going to go live as soon as I get done with this one, because Gun Snob was going to go on in this time slot. I told him I'm only going to take up an hour, so we got 45 minutes to talk about the topics I have listed, which are 2 out of the 3 are viewer requests. And so I think we're going to go ahead and just go right into it. Talk about the new Mossberg pistol, MC1. So FJ Amato, I'm going to be putting a video out on that pistol tomorrow. Real quick, Mossberg has a new pistol out. It's called the MC1 SC, if I'm not mistaken. It's a 6+1, 7+1 subcompact, and it's going to basically take on the shield. MSRP is $421. Retail is probably going to be $350. It has some interesting features. It's got the flush fit mag and extended mag. Barrel is, I think, 3.4 inches. Overall length is 6.25 inches.
It's their first pistol in 100 years.
Well, yeah, the first one was the Mossberg Brownie, if I'm not mistaken.
The Mossberg Brownie in 1919.
Yes. Well, it's not their first pistol, but it's a new pistol for the company.
No, it's their first new pistol in 100 years.
Yes. They're going to have it with 3-dot sights, true glow sights, a Viridian laser, all these different price points. Something interesting, cross-bolt safety as an option as on one of the models, which I thought was kind of odd in a modern pistol, but
probably just blocks the safety. I mean, probably just blocks the trigger, kind of like what the Dingus does.
It's going to have a flat front trigger, textured grip. I'm trying to go through everything before I forget. Weighs about a pound. It's going to be, I think that's pretty much everything on a PVD finish on it, or dark DLC finish on it. So it should be cool.
All I can say, I know they haven't had much experience with pistols, but it has to be better than Remington's recent offerings.
Yeah, I mean, Mossberg's got that coming out. Oh, no, definitely. And then Stoeger also has a pistol coming out that's going to compete against the Glock 19, which is kind of funky. It kind of looks like a Remington RP9 conceived a child with like an HK VP9. So if you guys have seen the new Stoeger pistol coming out. They were making the Cougar for a long time, which was basically a Turkish-made version of the Beretta Cougar. They used the Beretta plans and tooling to manufacture in Turkey. So they could make basically the Beretta Cougar for half the price of what Beretta was selling it for. So that's something kind of new. There's going to be a lot of stuff coming out. I'm going to drop a video tomorrow morning that's going to have a whole second set of guns that are going to be announced at SHOT Show tomorrow. There's some, not tomorrow, but I'm going to put the video out tomorrow for SHOT Show coming up in a couple weeks. And I'll do a part 3 later on. So there's a lot of new stuff coming up. No real innovation other than some new guns coming out from some of the companies. But, and it does mention the Glock 43X and the 48X, or I guess I could say the more expensive version of the Car CT9. So, but anyway, let's go into the topics here. So Gary, what was it that prompted this topic? Whether or not you should take apart the mag and clean it, what kind of magazine maintenance is there? Why even bother? What was the idea? Was there something you noticed about the mags being gritty out of the box, or what?
Well, I've heard a lot of people say that you don't really ever have to do anything with magazines and stuff like that. Then I've read other people say that you need to clean them and have them oil-free, and other people believe you should put a light coat of oil inside and outside your magazines. And it's like, I wonder what everybody else does. So,
all right, well, you guys,
it's a good topic to discuss because everybody seems to have a different opinion on it.
It is. If you ever have a Taurus pistol and you take it out of the box, those things are packed in like a thick machine oil out of the box that they're not cleaned up when you buy them in the store. And those mags are thick, man. A lot of people say, oh, I took it right out of the box and fired it. I'm surprised it ran. It's not a Cosmoline, but man, it's like a 10W30 motor oil on those Tauruses. So
that's a Brazilian thing because
yeah,
we used to get parts from them completely for machining, and it's the same thing. They coat all those parts in the same type of oil.
I'm guessing the high humidity environment that stuff sits in their warehouses, maybe they don't want to have to air condition the warehouses, so by not controlling the humidity, it prevent rust. The Tauruses have a weird
stuff like that too.
They've got funky oxidation to them. It doesn't matter how clean you clean them. Every time you clean them, they come off with like a red film, like a red staining on your cleaning cloths and stuff like that. So, but what do you guys think about cleaning the mags? Do you ever bother cleaning mags on a gun at all?
Yes.
What do you guys do?
So I just brush them out. I really don't clean them like deep clean because they're just going to get absolutely filthy again the next time I go because every time I do reloads, it hits the ground. They're going to be filthy.
Yeah, so you disassemble and brush them out with like a toothbrush or a cleaning brush, right?
No, there are mag brushes out there made for USPSA. It just slide up in there and it brushes everything out. For my practice mags, I do that once, twice a year. If I go out and I train in a muddy area, I'll do that. For my match mags, I really want to make sure that under reliability, I go ahead and do that after each match or before each match, I should say. But mags, your heavy use ones, who cares if they're dirty or clean or whatever? A good mag will run gritty, dirty, whatever.
Well, unless you get
and that's where I disagree.
Yes, I mean
it depends on your environment.
Yes, like that. There is, if you're in a very sandy environment, yeah, you got to make sure they're clean because sand is going to cause friction. It depends on your environment. Where I'm at, I don't have to clean out the biggest issue for me is powder residue inside the mag and on the follower and stuff like that.
Yeah.
See, for me, I kind of disagree on a little bit of that because as a security contractor, I operate in every different type of environment that we could. And the biggest thing is we always, it's a simple thing. Pulling your mags apart and cleaning them really isn't that hard. We pull them apart and clean them every time that we're actually out shooting or anytime we're operating, every time we come back. To us, it's another point of failure. Yes, a mag should run even if it is dirty. However, why would you bet your life, especially if you're talking about your concealed carry weapon, why would you bet your life on a chance that a mag would fail in the middle of a gunfight? And that's where we sit there and we'll pull them apart. I clean my carry gun once a week. I pull it out, I pull it apart, and do the same thing with the mag. That
I agree. If it's my carry gun, it's a lot cleaner than my shooting guns. Because as I say, I shoot USPSA. I put thousands and thousands and thousands of rounds down. I don't care. It's not life and death type thing. But yes, my carry gun, it's clean inside and out. The mags are all good. Of course, all my mags are rust free. Yeah, it's totally different keeping stuff like that. I was coming more from a sporter type atmosphere than a life or death. Life or death, yeah, absolutely keep everything nice and clean.
Anybody else want to chime in on that? What do you guys do for magazines?
I clean them. It's an old holdover from the military. We clean everything. Sometimes they have us clean stuff just to keep us busy. Other times it's just so that all of our gear is good to go all the time. But we always took apart our mags and cleaned them. And I still do it to this day. Now, if I bring a gun home and I put it in the safe and I don't get back to cleaning it for a couple days or a couple weeks, so be it. Mags, I might let go a little bit longer. But if my personal schedule's that, which I'm lucky to have time to go to the range, let alone clean afterwards, I'm not really that worried about it. And if I've only put one mag through the gun for some reason, I won't clean it. But if I've got the gun filthy enough to clean, whatever mags I took to the range and used, I clean. But Foos does have a good point. The conditions in which he's using his mags is different than a lot of us. A lot of us aren't going to be dropping our mags on the ground. We're not going to be getting our mags in the dirt. I mean, there are times where I'll bring 1 or 2 mags to the range because I don't pay by the hour, and I really don't want more mags to clean when I get home.
Yeah.
If I was paying by the half hour or by the hour, I'm bringing as many preloaded mags as I possibly can to save money. Because time is money.
Foos, are you okay there? You sound like you just exploded. I went ahead and muted him. Sorry, Foos. You can unmute yourself.
Using your gun at an indoor range, or carefully taking it out of taking the mag out of the gun and setting it down on the bench, it's going to keep it cleaner. And if you say, well, I really didn't get it dirty, why bother? All right. I will say this though: if you're running some filthy ammo, like I've ran Wolf before, and I know a lot of people use it, but the Wolf ammo I've used before was filthy. It just filled up the gun. I would be more inclined to clean after using some cheap filthy powder, ammo with cheap filthy powder. So
yeah, I would just say, Gary, if you're going to clean them, I would probably stick more with like REM oil instead of CLP. The only reason why is REM oil is kind of thick, kind of filmy. And if you just use, or not REM oil, CLP is thick and kind of filmy. If you just use REM oil, you could spray them off, wipe them off, and then just put them back together. And they don't necessarily are going to have any kind of lubrication in there, but they'll at least be clean. I mean, that's the main thing, so they don't snag or catch on grit. Especially like on your concealed carry gun, if you take your concealed carry gun apart and you get a lot of pocket lint in that thing, like it's all around the edges and the sides, or it's behind the hammer behind it, like if you have a concealed hammer, semi-auto or something, you can get a lot of crud in there, depending on your environment. Again, if you work outside all day, you might have dirt and grime that gets in there. And I mean, not that you're really you could run into issues, but there are some mags that are more susceptible to having problems than others, So who's you going to show off the brush? All right.
No, here's the end of my mag. That's supposed to be an absolutely complete blue follower. It's not. The brush, it's just a mag brush with a steel insert, so you can, it's so you can push it and
there you go.
So
you just made the world shake.
How many mags do you take to a match, Foos, on average?
6.
6, okay.
Yeah, so here, this is my follower.
Scrape that thing off, man.
That's what it's supposed to look like.
Now, somebody had recommended a baby bottle brush over on the YouTube side, so that might be something that that you could use.
Yeah,
okay.
But I mean, it's good. It's big enough. This is a GTUL. I got this off Amazon. As you can see, this is double stack mag. It fits real good. And a couple times, go from both ways to make sure your lips are good, and stick it back together.
That makes it simple. So that's how much was that brush?
Sub 20.
Oh, that's not bad.
You can.
Especially for
They're not They're not bad.
But
But I
for
mean,
competition too.
your
man.
followers.
Yeah.
I mean, your followers are going to put a lot of friction, but I mean, it's carbon. You know, basically, a lot of this carbon will end up like graphite. I mean, it slides. It comes right off. So if there's any contact, your follower will be clean where it's hitting your mag.
So here's an interesting one. FJ Amato just chimed in, and he said that in New Jersey, your mags are pinned and glued, so you cannot take them apart to clean them.
That sucks.
That's almost a problem waiting to happen, especially if you use the magazine enough in certain environments. Yeah.
But the bad thing is, you know, whenever you do touch your follower after 6 months, it's get your hands dirty.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. A lot of powder residue in there, man.
Well, and see, like the other thing that I like with pulling the mags apart every time I go to clean any of the guns is it allows me to go through and check the failure point on that spring. The springs, especially if you're leaving mags loaded like I tend to do, so my AR mags and everything like that, it's under the spring is completely under tension that entire time, and that's an easy point of failure is those springs. The springs aren't very thick material. I'd rather be able to check them and make sure that there's no point of failure.
All right, so maybe it's a mag pull thing, but I thought the springs wear out from just being cycled. That's what causes the engine.
Right, cycling is what wears the springs, but the thing is, these springs are designed to be cycled thousands and thousands of times.
So this spring, I bought this magazine. I have a set of 6 magazines that I bought new in 2012. These springs probably have 140, 150,000 rounds on them, and they're still good. Like I'm thinking about swapping out springs this fall for this set of mags because they've just been worn a lot. I mean, it's still good. It's still 100% functionality. I'm having issues where coming out of my mag pouch, I'm having some rounds that are starting to move forward in it. So I need to. They're getting weaker. But, you know, 150,000 rounds through these things.
Now, that's CZ, though. Those are CZ factory, right? Now, you might not get that kind of quality from
Actually, no. These are Metgars.
Oh, well, yeah, Metgar. I mean, they're a standard, too. I mean, they're just as good as factory on many guns. Yeah.
So, and I usually run, if I would run a full magazine, I wouldn't have that issue. But because I run 10 rounds, I'm thinking about going to a +10 spring to make sure there's a little bit more tension up here when there's 10 rounds in it.
Yeah.
So,
all right, cool, man. Cool. Well, that's good.
But you guys talking about clean your gun, oiling your gun. I can't remember the last time I did my concealed carry gun, so I'm gonna do it right now.
All right, so give us an update on that when you get it apart. Hey, real quick, we're gonna jump back.
No, I'm just gonna oil it. I'm not gonna.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna
it's clean.
I got you.
It's fairly clean. Hold on, let me get a light. Of course, you know, no one. Well, hold on. No one is good without.
Come on, man. Where's your EDC at? That's your EDC light. Come on, man. Work with us here. You're supposed to be more tactical than that.
See,
where's your O light? Where's your stream light?
I mean, it's clean inside.
Oh yeah.
This is my carry gun.
Yeah.
So if you want to see my other guns, imagine this with about a ½ inch of crud everywhere.
There you go. Boost pushes them to their failure points. But he is a competitive shooter. For those of you that don't realize, he was being real when he mentioned putting that many rounds through a magazine. That I'm sure that's happened if you look at how much he actually shoots. So I've seen the buckets of brass in his garage. It's quite crazy. Yeah. All right. So real quick, Sandhill Shooter, are you back, buddy?
I've been back.
Okay. Well, we're getting back to you. Since when I called on you earlier, I remember you had said that you're going to be gone for a couple minutes. So Sandhills, give us a quick rundown on your channel. What can we expect, man?
We will be starting up 2A Tuesday again at its regular time, Tuesday nights, 9 o'clock Central Time. So you can check those out over on the channel. This coming Tuesday, the 8th, we'll start that back up. We still have the giveaway going on. We need a logo for 2A Tuesday. So get those logos made, submit them to the email. And if you want the exact instructions, there's a couple videos that talk about it over on the channel. So go check those out too.
And that email address is at sandhillshooter@gmail.com?
It is. Make sure that you get Sandhills Shooter. There's 2 S's in the middle. Otherwise, I won't get that email.
All right, cool. So enter that contest. If you guys are creative, man, get that logo created for him.
We're going to remind everybody at the top of the show on Tuesday night, and then once the show's over, we will stop taking in entries.
Okay.
Yeah, stay with me if you want. It's Sport Shooters with an S. So,
to contact you about the ammo?
Yeah, Sport Shooters ammunition at gmail.com or SS Ammo on gun channels or Sport Shooters Ammunition on Facebook. You can get a hold of me. I don't have a website yet because I do want to kind of start small and make sure that I don't get an order that I can't fulfill.
I understand.
Because I am small. I'm doing, that every 1,000 rounds I buy, I put back into the company for the next, 1,000, 1,200 rounds. So I'm not making a bunch. So. Nice.
All right, man. Okay. Anything else with the magazines you guys wanted to talk about? We're about halfway through the
These are disposable.
Time limit.
These are disposable.
Your Mechars.
Well, no, this is a CZ mag, but magazines, think of them as disposable.
Okay.
Buy a
Somebody
bunch
mentioned that in the chat also on the YouTube side. They'd said, that was a philosophy I was taught. I'm like, well, some mags, could be expensive, but if the replacement spring is going to cost you $30 or $25 and a new mag is $35, just get a new one.
Go to Wolf Spring first about replacements, and then
That's
from there
where I'm going right now.
branch out.
Cool.
Yeah, you can replace followers, floor plates, and springs, and extend the life of them. But yeah, for some models they are pretty expensive. AR mags, yeah, I would call those more disposable. But if you're paying $50 a mag, you're going to try to maintain it.
All right. Anybody else want to chime in on cleaning mags? What about AR mags? Not necessarily P mags, but your GI issue mags, your standard combat mags. What do you guys think about that?
Why not P mags?
You can. I'm just thinking initially out of the package, I don't. But new GI mags, or I would guess if they come packed in any kind of oil or any kind of preservative, you'd want to get that off of them before you start using them.
Yeah, I've never gotten mags either commercially or at the armory that had any cosmoline on them, anything like that. So, and I've got all kinds of different brands of what you call GI.
Well, not just steel mags, or whatever.
I've got steel, stainless steel, aluminum, brand new surplus, and when I was in the service too, they issued them. And yeah, they're not normally packed in cosmoline. So
yeah.
So coming back to the mags. For my 75, it's $17 and change for a pack of 3 of plus 10 springs. So, yeah.
It's not too expensive. All right. So, yeah, you could go and rebuild. So, Gary, what were you doing before? Were you actually taking mags apart and cleaning them? Or did you just take them out of the box and just run them as is or not?
Yeah, I clean them. I clean them all up. I don't leave a coat of oil on them, though. I take a cloth or something like that and wipe them out real good, because it's amazing. Yeah. Even after a range trip, not only on a clean mag do you have the carbon and stuff like that, but excess oil. Even if you lightly oil the gun, oil makes it down into that magazine.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd hate to have a lot of that transferred onto the ammunition and stuff like that. It's just like, you go to the trouble of cleaning the gun. I like to keep the mags clean too. And it doesn't take a long time, but I know a lot of people never mess with it. So
I've never had an issue with oil getting into the case and, ruining the powder or anything like that. If it's properly made or reloaded, it's going to be sealed up nice and tight, and it should be good to go. Your excess oil could create a bit of a storage issue where it's going to pool up somewhere in the case or in the gun sock or in the safe or wherever you've got it on the floor. If you've got it leaned up behind the door, whatever it is, if you've got too much, a light coat of oil is not a bad thing. Less is probably better than more, but all I do is after I clean it, I just lightly oil the spring, and sometimes I only oil the spring in 2 or 3 places, real light. Travis recommended REM oil. That's a good. I use CLP, but I've also used REM oil on it too.
I don't use REM oil that often unless I need a really thin coat, something that's just kind of going to protect but not necessarily lubricate as good as CLP.
Right, and that's what it'll do is it'll lube it, but it's a lighter than CLP or something like that. But in general, though, you don't need to saturate it in oil. At least the way I was shown to do it, you don't need to. But I mean, if you say, look, the environment I'm shooting them in is clean, I'm just not gonna take it apart and clean it every time I shoot. They'll probably be fine as long as you don't get them too filthed up. As long as you don't treat them like Moose does.
Now, Sarge out there is saying, "You guys clean your gun, C4 Sarge." I am OCD about keeping my guns clean. It's really, really bad. So, yeah. Let's see. Midnight Range says, "I just toss my Korean AK mags in the dryer work and then wipe them down with a paper towel." You could do that if you want to. Yeah, I do have an ultrasonic cleaner. I clean mags in the 50/50 simple green water combo.
Wait, he says he put them in the dryer, but he didn't tell you that first he put them in the washer.
Yeah, that's it. I don't know how he says he washes them exactly. I toss them in the dryer at work and then wipe them down with a paper towel.
Put them on warm and a high spin with Tide.
Yeah, exactly. Drop some breeze in there. Yeah.
See, with those Glocks, it's easy to clean them. You just put them in a dishwasher, run them on the cycle, and you're done.
That's crazy.
Yeah, all just don't turn on the plate dryer; you'll melt the Glock.
Yes. I would probably not recommend putting your Glock in the dishwasher.
So as you see, that's supposed to be orange and black. It's a little bit of white.
Hey, if you take out the metal out of the Glock, it's microwave safe too.
There you go.
True.
Exactly.
Hey,
They're made out of porcelain, so yeah.
I don't think you want the Makarov at this point. Who knows what he's done to it?
I don't think it's been fired a lot.
It's fairly clean.
Yep.
Maybe. Except
it's
back
got
here.
a little bit of a buildup there.
Don't listen to him.
A little crud going on.
But this probably has, since the deep clean probably has 5,000 through it.
Okay.
So.
What's our next topic?
We're going to move on to the next topic. So, Sandhills, you with me, bro?
I'm here.
All right, man. So I went on a trip up to north central Nebraska. Got to hang out with Sandhills Shooter and his family. Absolutely beautiful, awesome Nebraska backcountry, hills, everything, valleys, whatever, man. You name it, it's up there. It doesn't look anything like the interstate when you're driving through. So what it was is I had an antlerless permit. It's a permit that's still good for about another, I don't know, maybe 10 days or something like that. And anyway, it was for a whitetail antlerless deer. And we saw a lot. I mean, they were all over the place. It was in this area, it's kind of a mix of mule deer and whitetail. It isn't just one or the other. Kind of depends on how close you get to the river versus how close you are to just the rugged backcountry. And first of all, I want to say thank you to Sandhills and his family. They were fantastic hosts. The home that I stayed at was awesome. I mean, the land is amazing. A couple thousand acres or something. I don't even know. I mean, it's just beautiful, beautiful area. So Sandhills, what do you want to say about just kind of hunting in general in this area?
Well, I guess the first thing to say is that snowdrift didn't look that deep, did it?
I didn't want to say anything, but I thought I'd let you go ahead and say it.
Wait, did you get stuck?
The geography in this area is very rugged. It's not flat. There's many little valleys and gulches you got to go through, and we got like a foot of snow or something the last couple weeks. And in this area, it doesn't melt quickly. So we went out in the morning and sat, and that's where Sandhills went live, and we were sitting kind of in a high area. Had 4 or 5 whitetail rolling. They're about 500 yards away. I was probably only comfortable going 200 to 300 yards with the rifles I had sighted in. I had the Ruger Ranch with me in 7.62 by 39 and the Mossberg Patriot in 6.5 Creedmoor. And we saw, mule deer everywhere, man. I mean, they're just so thick up in that area. It is definitely a hunter's paradise. But we were driving, and Sandhills, I will let you opened the bag, so I'm going to let you finish the story.
I just, it's one of those things where I thought I had enough speed picked up, and as we were coming down one side of a little draw, the snowbank slowed down our forward momentum. We didn't have enough to get up the other side, and then trying to rock back and forth and back up the hill to get enough speed, we slid downhill a little bit at the same time, and we ended up just getting to where we were spun down through the snow into the dirt. It was mud. Long story short, we had to call my dad to come around and bring a pickup and some chains. He almost got himself stuck in the process. And once we got his pickup out, we decided that's it. We're just going to let the Tahoe sit.
And this wasn't just
getting too soft, too muddy on the top.
It wasn't the snow.
Is it still there?
The snow, and then it would just be mud underneath. And you can't, I mean, the stuff, you couldn't go left or right because the snow was deeper. One part went off down into a valley, right? The other part was like a thick crevasse of snow. Like we couldn't get through it. This stuff was like slush, man. It was like Slurpee snow. It was that nasty. I mean, you couldn't. His dad has a badass F-250 that's kind of lifted, and it still got stuck trying to get us out of there until we got that out. So that was a little bit of a delay in the afternoon, but to get it out though, we just used a little bit of physics. You want to explain how we got it out?
Well, yeah, we waited till morning and the ground was frozen.
Again, so once it froze over again, we went out there we spent, I'm not kidding, probably a couple hours trying to free both vehicles, shoveling snow, trying to get it to go up and over the hill, and it would just slide back down. And then this time his father has a nice 100-foot steel cable, so Dad could get it hooked up and on dry ground. And like 30 seconds later, it was out of the bog. So
basically, you went out to hunt and
yes.
Get a vehicle stuck. It sounds like if you would stick on the roads, you could hunt longer.
Well, so wait. You're telling me you went off road without a winch?
I've never had a winch, and I've never had a problem driving through that area either.
Well, yeah, this is an area that Sandals has had his whole life. I mean, for the most part, right? I mean, it's land that you are more than familiar with. It's grazing land. It's your family. You know this land.
Just saying.
Okay. From the perspective of a hunter, when you were saying about heavy population of deer, sounds like it'd be really fun. But now I know if I ever want to go hunting out there, just I need to have my own vehicle and drive. Apparently, your off-roading skills are lacking.
Travis, could I make a recommendation?
His off-roading skills are fantastic. The whole family can drive off-road.
Yeah. Travis, I have a recommendation. Perhaps you should go down to the Heritage Museum and borrow their LMTV.
I had thought about bringing a tank with me next time.
Now, to address what Night Strike said, Travis can back me up on this. A winch wouldn't have mattered. There was nothing to tie to.
Yeah, the only way we could go would be down into the valley with the tree. Yeah.
Welcome to Nebraska. There's nothing to tie to.
No, if you see the video,
welcome to Nebraska. There's nothing.
Friggin' amazing place. And so this morning we up and
amazing place of nothing.
Hold on. There's stuff to tie to. There's a sandhill and a travi out there.
Oh my God.
Tie to them, and you
look, man. My ego's big, but it's not that big, okay?
You guys should
have a shovel. Did you have a shovel in the truck?
You guys should be strong enough to yank that out.
We by that point of the day we had no strength left, so it was, and then not only that, it was like 45. It was like 45 degrees out, which when you've been dealing with 45 feels like 90. Yeah. And I mean, we were taking the layers off and stuff. You're all bundled up because you're going to be sitting in freezing temperatures. And once the sun came out, man, it was just friggin' hot out. It was nuts, man. I was sweating.
That was actually our problem. If we'd have gone through there an hour sooner, we'd have been okay.
Yeah. Once the sun came out and stuff started melting. And so what did we say? You asked me a question. Should we go across that draw? What did I say to you before we went across that draw? You remember what I said to you?
I think you said something to the effect of, don't be a wimp, just do it.
No. I said
all Travis's idea.
Bull.
Wait. Did you look at him like in Thelma and Louise and you guys just grab hands and went for it?
Yes, we did.
Go. No, I said, you can go, but you're the one that's got to make a phone call to your dad when we get stuck. 10 seconds later, well, we're stuck. Really, I wasn't panicking because we had a ton of food and water. I mean, we could have sat there. We could have been going live for days from there. We had USB ports and beef sticks and Doritos and water and Red Bull
and 6-pack and some runs.
Tons of ammo. And what really made me mad was all the hoof prints around the Tahoe the next day when we went out there. Those deer were out there sniffing that thing. Man, what is in this vehicle? They were probably going nuts. The coyotes, the buzzards were circling around.
No, probably. All the animals are inquisitive. That they want to know what's in their environment, and that was something odd that wasn't normally in their environment. So they went out there to sniff around, discover what the heck this is.
So you're saying that if I go to White Castle and get a sack of 10, that's great deer bait?
Everything was great deer bait. The worst part was though, I knew that my dad was running some calves through and putting some stuff down their backs for lice and whatnot. I knew he was busy and in the middle of stuff. I didn't even know if he was going to answer. And then when he did answer, I knew it was going to be a couple hours before we saw him because he was not at a stopping point.
Well,
so
and the worst part
he's
about
like, it's going to be a while. I said, don't worry about it. We've got provisions for a couple days in here if we need to.
So we sat, but the problem is we were basically in the middle of the mule territory. So even if we had gotten out and walked around, I mean, the chance of me finding a whitetail within a couple hundred yards would have been pretty rare. We needed to get closer to the river. And then you got to worry about the other property lines of the neighbors because you don't want to tick them off. So you got to be very careful, be responsible. So after having a conversation with Sandhills here and his father and stuff, it sounds like I might be okay to come back next year, November or January, whatever. I know you guys are going to be busy, but I asked them, I said, hey, do you mind if I come back next year? And they said everything was cool. So we're good.
Oh, yeah, good.
And again, November, I don't know if I might go to Tulsa or I might just hunt locally or I might go up there. The road trip was awesome. It's just so beautiful up there. Yo.
Don't let Sandhills drive next time.
Oh, I couldn't have done any better. I probably, if you told me to go through it, I would have just done the same thing.
Take the Jeep next time.
I don't know if the Jeep.
Worst thing was, do you remember what I told you once we got out of that draw? I said,
I hope we get through the next two.
I said the bad ones were yet to come. And then you saw what I meant when we were coming out of there and we went down that big hill halfway sideways.
Yeah, there's some like, I didn't realize you can actually get a Tahoe down a 70-degree drop. I mean, it was pretty gnarly, man. It was awesome. I'm just glad I'm here in one piece. But I mean, I trusted your driving, and it's not like we were struggling or anything. But yeah, I mean, it's awesome. I mean, I can't even imagine the number of deer. I mean, we saw dozens overall. I mean, and that was just a small area. We didn't even really check out the second section.
Call it a scouting mission then.
Yeah, there we go. That was it.
For next year. Hell yeah.
Yep. Yeah, there we go. Well, and you know what was really cool and I really liked about it was I had a chance to take some stuff with me that I bought prior to the hunt to actually get a chance to see how well it, do my toes stay warm in the new boots? Can I, with my spotting binoculars, do they actually work in real conditions? That was actually the best part, to get out there and see how well some of that actually performed.
So, will there be a boot review upcoming?
I already posted it last winter, but I was
now I got to go look for it.
I did the winter clothes. You bought the gloves off the video that I posted, remember?
Oh, wait, yeah. I guess I didn't get past the gloves.
Those boots, I'd only use them in like shoveling the sidewalk and stuff. I'm like, I want to put these things on and just sit and just see, if they actually do anything to keep my feet dry. I mean, it's cool to actually get out there and test some of the gear. And, the thing with the optics, man, especially those spotting binoculars that I bought, they work great on magnification, but they were not as clear as they could have been. And they were, the field of vision was very narrow. So it almost makes me wish I would have bought a higher quality pair. So, I mean, that's something I learned for next time,
Is there going to be a tabletop review, like part 2?
For those binoculars? Probably not.
I meant for the good stuff, the boots, the gloves, the stuff.
I don't know. There's a possibility, so that you never know with me.
You guys need to all look out for Travis's field tester review of a one-piece fiberglass scoop shovel.
Yes. He handed me his stepmom's shovel, when his dad's like, well, boys, get to scooping. And he handed us the shovels. And he's like, was it your dad that said, don't break this. This is the wife's. I'm like, okay. So I was like, it's the lightest snow shovel I've ever used in my life. This thing is freaking amazing. It's fiberglass, man. You can just, the thing weighs like half a pound. I'm used to like these heavy old, like wood and steel shovels and stuff that kill your back and everything. This thing was just like, I'm like, yeah, this rocks, man. And I woke up the next day and I was like, oh my God, I'm getting old.
How you doing? This is Travis.
So no, either way, it was a good time. I had a lot of fun. I got a chance to get up in that area and just kind of romp around a little bit. If you check out Sandhills when we went live yesterday, you can kind of see what the landscape looks like. That's just kind of a small chunk of what we got to check out. So, but I've kind of already made up my decision where I'm going to take stuff with my hunting rifles. I'm definitely going to upgrade the optics. I'm going to go with much higher quality scopes. I mean, I'm going to spend a little more range time. I just wasn't. The Mossberg, I took that 6.5 Creedmoor with me, and the core locked ammo was just not the kind of accuracy that I was hoping for at the range, and I was really taking my time with it. I burned through boxes of that stuff testing it out, and I just couldn't get a consistent good group, and I thought maybe it was the optics, so I want to try different optics with higher quality ammo next time, because I'd like to be able to take that thing out and really know where the rounds are going to go. So, I mean, you do learn a lot when you go on those trips, whether or not you get a deer. It's the fun stuff you get to tell people that happened, or just being able to get the gear out and actually try it in real world conditions instead of playing make believe with it. And So anyway, no, it was good stuff, man. It was fun, and like I said, there's always next fall, there's always next year. We've got decent seasons and plenty of deer around. It's not an issue at all.
So by next year, you'll be reloading, so
yes,
you'll be able to destroy your groups.
Yeah, and it is better satisfaction when you drop that deer with a shell that you made with your own hands.
I'm spending an obscene amount of monies on 6.5 Creedmoor right now for all these different types of ammo I'm about to be showing off, all the stuff I'm going to test out. And I'm dropping hundreds of dollars on 6.5 Creedmoor, just that one caliber, getting all these different grades and types to find what works best for the Mossberg Patriot. But I'm going to wait till I get a nice optic on the top, and then we're going to take it back out and run a bunch of different ammo tests on it to see how well it performs. But let's move on to the last topic because we have 9 minutes. Yes or no? Should you sporterize a milsurp? And at what point should you? At what point should you sporterize a milsurp? Because remember, NEA Matt bought what? Mosin, was it an M44?
No, that was Type 53.
Type 53
It was a Type
barrel
53
action.
that I passed on.
Okay. So, and he could have gone back and bought all original parts and but he decided to make it into a really nice.
He had looked at it. I mean, it was cheaper to get a replacement stock than it was an original.
And the problem with a lot of those replacement parts, man, by the time you buy all the parts and put it back together, it's almost like you spend as much on a fully operating gun prior to buying it, you know?
Actually, in his case, if he would have gone out and bought everything to take it back to original specs, he probably would have been better off going out and buying an M44. So
he still came in under the price of what an M44 would have cost him, though.
Right. That's for what NEA did. I think it worked well. That's for talking about sporterize or no. If you got a rifle that's been already pretty badly bubbled, to me it wouldn't be bad, on sporterizing it. But if you've got one that's still in good condition, then I would be one that would say no to sporterizing.
So if it's already cut down, go ahead and do what you want to it. If it's already been bubbed, do what you want. If you have barrel action, do what you want. If you buy and you have one that is complete, conserve it, get it, do maintenance on it, pull it out of the stock, make sure there's no corrosion, no rust. If it is, get that taken care of by a competent gunsmith. Get it squared away to preserve it and allow it to be shot for the next 200 years.
I look at it this way: you spent your money on it, you do whatever the hell you want. Who am I to tell you whether to do it or not?
Right, but here's the thing, though. As far as historical value, I'm big into collecting guns for historical value and trying to have all the accessories and everything just right and maintain it. So I was really hardcore against sporterized rifles at all. But what I decided to do as far as my compromise is I won't sporterize a rifle I've got if it's historically accurate, but I will buy one that's already sporterized. And that gives me a little bit of both, because some of the ones that are sporterized are really nice rifles, but it's just a shame to do something to a piece of history like that. I mean, yeah, if it's yours, do whatever you want, but I don't think sporterizing it increases the value at all if you're ever considering reselling. A guy like me is going to get a historically accurate rifle before I get a sporterized one, unless that sporterized one is dirt freaking cheap.
Well, yeah, and you and I are on the complete opposite spectrums on that. Because for me, I respect the historical value of a lot of it, but at the same time, I'm not necessarily buying for historical value. I'm buying because that's what I like and that's what I want. So
yeah, but a sporterized should not cost as much as a historically accurate one.
Right.
Recently, Iraq veteran 8888 put out a gun gripes about with the guy from Anvil and CNR Arsenal that was about this topic. Go out there and watch that, because everything we're talking about is good if it was in the 50s and 60s from World War II previous, because it is 20 years old. Now the stuff is 100 years, 70 years old. You have to either conserve it or get it back to where it shoots. So go out and watch that. It will fill in and say so much more than what we currently are.
It's already been bubbled, already been messed with?
Oh, I mean, if it's been bubbled, been messed with, do whatever the hell you want with it. It's already been destroyed.
Yeah, Sean Ponder was saying on the gun channel side that if you just get like a barreled action with no furniture, just then do whatever you want with it, you know. Especially if you can't get all matching serial numbers and original parts and things like that. That's just one philosophy, one way to look at it. I guess I would want to restore to a point that maybe it would be safe to use or functional, but not so much. I mean, like, if you look at refinishing the wood stock and things like that, if it's cracked up and chipped and just beat up and, I personally, I mean, I'd be willing to pay a little bit more for something maybe that's been refinished with the furniture refinished and the bluing refinished. For me, it's going to be maybe less maintenance down the road with keeping that thing in one piece intact once I, something that's been taken apart and cleaned properly and reassembled and maybe refinished a little bit. I would probably say I would be more willing to buy something that's refinished than something original if it's all beat to crud,
What if it's a Winchester Model 1887 shotgun?
Well, as we were looking up the prices today, I mean, a slightly restored version can bring a premium on the market versus one that's not. So it's
I've seen originals at the gun show for over $1,000.
So you could also restore it. Like, let's say you have a gun that is perfect, all the way down to the white, stocks are cracked, stuff like that. Restore it, because it may be 5% of condition now, but if you get it back to a 60% condition, it'll be worth it.
Yeah.
But then you also kind of start running into the point where you're looking at weighing out the value of restoring it versus replacing it. So,
all right, so if you want to get a Car 98K and chop it to pieces and destroy it, just go buy yourself a Remington 700.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Now, Georgia Trucker saying he's seen sporterized Mosins around here for $400 to $500. No thanks, they're ruining them. I do agree with you. I mean, you could take your Mosin and put it in that ATI stock, the Monte Carlo stock, just to have maybe a softer shooter because it's got a nice butt pad on it. It's a little bit more ergonomic. And you don't necessarily have to cut down the barrel, but if you permanently modify, cut the barrel down and stuff.
Wait. So hold on. So you're putting it into a lighter stock. So what soaks up recoil is
the rubber pad, the butt pad. I mean, when I had it, it was so much more comfortable to shoot instead of having the steel plate against your shoulder. I could go,
Here's what you can do. If you go to Limb Saver, they've got slip-on butt pads, okay, that you can put on there that you don't have to attach.
Well,
you can take them off, and you don't ruin the stock. The other thing is you can go to Brass Stacker, and they've got, for some of the milsurps, they've got scope mounts that there's no drilling, there's no tapping. These clamp onto the stock or the receiver or the barrel.
Sometimes the front sight,
right. Without ruining your value of the rifle. So there you go. You've got your butt pad, you've got your scope. There's your milsurp rifle that you take all this stuff off and you can sell it, and it's going to go up in value. And you don't have to destroy a piece of history.
Okay, so guys, we are going to go ahead and wrap it up. I said it will only take an hour because I'm going to be quirking people from gun channels and I don't want to go there. I want you guys to go over to Gun Snob's channel and watch him. I think he's going to go live after this. So Gun Snob, maybe you can chime in on the gun channel side and the YouTube side. So let you guys say a few final words, and we will see you guys next Saturday at 8 a.m. We'll take as much time as we need to and have a lot of fun. So Calaveras, man, what do you want to say, brother?
If I can get my mute button.
Yeah, man.
Sorry, I was today, so that's where I wasn't able to jump in until after I got off work.
But
I appreciate the invite. And I'm glad you had a good time out in your hunt, even though you didn't collect anything.
It was a lot of fun anyway. It was good to get out there and test them. I mean, I just learned a lot from it and had a great time, and it was fun to just get out of town for a couple days. So, yeah, man. All right, make sure you check out. Everybody on this panel has got a channel of content. Make sure you guys check out the channels. David Bowling, man, anything you want to say before we go, bro?
Not really. Just have a good time, everybody, and thanks for having me, Travis. Always a pleasure.
No problem, man. Like I said, it was brief, but it was just kind of a, get together and just got to get a chance to chat for a little bit and kind of debrief everybody on the trip. So, yeah.
Check out gunchannels.com. Check out gunstreamer.com. Check out guntube.org. If you want them to be, if you want any of those platforms to be as big as YouTube, we have to use them.
Yes, exactly. All right. Foos, any final words, bro?
Sport Shooters Ammunition at or sportshootersammunition@gmail.com. Sports Shooter Ammunition on Facebook, and SS Ammo on gun channels. Hit me up. It's good quality ammo, damn good price. I'm not trying to make $1 million here. I'm trying to get people to shoot for cheaper.
A lot of you like to, support the local economy. Here's a way to support somebody right from gun channels who's, kind of independent business person, selling stuff for, not making much off of it at all, but just kind of doing it to kind of keep the community going and stuff. So do support Foose over there.
And every profit I do, it's going to go back into the company. I got about 12 grand of my own money that's going back into it. I don't plan on ever pulling that money out. So whatever ammo goes, whatever profit comes to me, it will go back into it for more components, see if I can't get better deals. And if I get a better deal, they'll cut a cent or two for my price. It'll be passed right on. I'm not going to try to make $1 million. I'll shoot more for cheap, for less.
Right on, dude. Appreciate you doing that, man. Like I said, hold on afterwards because I need to get an order in with you too. Gizzard Gary, any final words, man? Whoa.
Wow.
Sorry.
Yeah, that wasn't me.
Evidently, my mic is really sensitive.
Yes.
Thanks for the invite. Check out Foul Territory Fridays, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. And thanks for the invite. Give him the bird.
Always, man. Always. All right. Nice strike. Any final words, bro?
Check out guntube.org.
Do it. Support it. It's up and running. It's rocking. It is very cool. And I'm looking forward to
is online. Yeah. It's running.
Yes. And don't forget to get the Poco Ghibli Gen 2 t-shirts are posted now too over on spreadshirt.com. So you got to get Ghibli with it.
Got to get Ghibli with it.
All right. Sandhills, any final words, man?
Oh, thanks for the invite. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me at the home place all weekend.
Awesome, it was awesome.
Like I said before, everybody can go check out the channel if you guys want to. Be there for 2A Tuesday. We're starting that back up this week, Tuesday night, 9 o'clock Central. And don't forget to go submit a logo. See if you can win some free stuff.
Sounds good. Make sure you check out the channel and do check out 2A Tuesday. All right, man.
And thumb up this video, guys.
Please. All right, Snowy North Gunslinger. What do you know, man?
Not a whole lot for me. If you guys haven't, please hit the subscribe button here on YouTube and make sure to check out the other Gun Channels members and check out gunchannels.com. Other than that, that's going to do it for me. And thanks for having me, Travis. I appreciate it.
Hey, no problem, man. Thanks. And again, make sure you guys head over to Gun Snob's channel and check out his live podcast. Squib, any final words, bro?
Yeah, let's see here. YouTube Studio, visibility, private, public, save. There, poof, I just put another video out. Yay. It's nothing spectacular, but there you go. So,
all right, man. Thank you. Slowly becoming a content creator.
Yeah. Hopefully, I don't have to get bailed out of jail on Monday because of some sort of, I don't know, illegal activity by the mayor of Pittsburgh. And also, I'm going to go over to AWAG 1000's channel, and I'm going to go check this out. He's got something here about iron sights suck. So what's up with that?
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Am I going to lose it?
You're going to lose it.
Oh, let the controversy begin. You know what? Next week we'll let you guys argue about that on the show, okay? We'll start up with that. A good old-fashioned feud between Gun Channel family members.
I got to talk to another youngin and explain to him how things was.
It's a great video, but once you watch it, you'll wonder why the internet hasn't melted yet.
Yes.
All right, so I can't wait to see what he has to say about that. So, oh man, all right. So Ellis, anything you want to say before we go, man?
Yeah, Monday night show's coming up. No plans as of yet, but who knows? I'm sure me and Sarge is going to try to get something together for our monthly wrestling shows. So
here you go.
Stay tuned for that as well.
Are we making some progress towards that drawing?
We're still going. So far, you're the only one that's put out a video. So,
man, come on. Somebody's got to challenge the Travi. You got to go over to Ellis's channel. You got to watch his drawing video, his giveaway video, and then go check out some of his interview videos and do a video response to your favorite one and why.
Exactly. It's not real hard. It's not real hard.
Lots of good prizes. Come on, man.
So is it? Are the Travi issuing a letter of challenge to the Mike militia?
Of course. Get out there and put your VR out there. Get it out there and let Ellis know and share it back with them and post a link for the response in the comments, and you can win, man. Heck yeah, dude.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely. So far, first, second, and third place is going to one person.
Nice.
So you're going to end up with some stuff.
I can't complain about that.
And when you actually win the stuff, I'll put the goat gun in the bag with the rest of them when I ship it.
That'll work. And then I'm going to do a VR response to winning the VR response challenge. So there you go. That's like VR square. I can't even do that kind of math. It's just nuts. That's like 4. 2 times 2 is 5. I mean, it's crazy. So
VR squared.
Yeah, VR squared. Exactly. So real quick, I know we need to get going. So joining us over on the Gun Channel side, we had Sean Pottery with us, David over there, David here. Yesterday's Pomade in the house. We had a good discussion over there. Alex was over there too. And I think that's everybody on the Gun Channel side. The YouTube side, we will try to do this quickly. This is a very lively crowd. We had C4 Defense out there, Voltron Defender, love that username there. Boobutt in the house, Blue Steel 44, Squibload out there, and here, Rob D in the house. Georgia Trucker 69, Gun Snob is with us. He put a link to his show in the chat. Check it out. Tim Foley over there, Jason Stewart with us, Frank Hellman out there, Midnight Range TM, David Bowling, the Hooligan. Who else we have out there? Foos was there. Foos was here, and that's probably about it. I'm sure I'm missing a few people. As Scott P79 was out there too, and again Frank Hellman, Yoder Texas with us. Yoder's a little disappointed that Sandhills and I didn't put out more content of the hunt. We had one day, and I didn't want to put a lot of content out with me walking around doing the big stock and the shooting and stuff. I just wanted to enjoy the hunt. Just like many times, you guys don't know this, I go to the range a lot and don't take cameras with me. I just go out there and just enjoy it for the experience. So maybe next time we'll take more cameras with us. I debated whether or not to drag the cameras out there, and plus there's a chance it's going to be freezing and stuff. It's hard to film out in those temperatures too. So anyway, that's it, guys. This has been Caliber Corner number 75. Get over to the Gun Snobs channel and make sure you check him out. He's live right now. Otherwise, that's it. We'll see you guys next Saturday at 8 a.m. Central Time. That's 9 a.m. East Coast time for those of you people that live in that time zone. And that's it. So, again, this has been Caliber Corner 75. Y'all have a good weekend, and we will see everybody soon. Y'all take care.
Bye Felicia.
Adios,
Who
Felicia.
the fuck is Felicia?
Oh my God! There goes my.
Shall not be infringed.
Strike on the channel.
102, 103, whatever it is.
Had to go potty mouth and make it PG. All right, we out.
Felicia's free.